Zulu Sierra. Last time you copied me, passed on your local antenna.
Yeah, antennas, the audio is pretty tinny, but if you would like, have we gone through a tune-up with you before?
Well, Jim, we attempted to, but let me just refer.
RF is on the signal. RF.
40-year-old Kenwood TS530, only 100 watts into a 40-meter Wyndham, and there is no equalizer, or there was no equalizer on this rig. However, I have, since after talking to you, I have added one of the Ukrainian 5-channel equalizers here, and I was hoping that we could work this out to where I have some better sounding audio.
One question, real quick. Is the system you have, are you on a D104, sir?
You bet. You remember, it was the D104. I bought it years ago at a Hamfest for about $1 and took it home and stripped out the element and the electronics and replaced it with a microphone element from Radio Shack. It was a replacement mic for a cassette recorder.
Well, here's the problem I'm having. You all frequency, no mids, no lows, it's all highs. It almost sounds like you're talking in a defective microphone cartridge that's been dropped by a D104, okay?
I understand. I have not attempted, or I have not been able to adjust the equalizer here. I want to see if it will make any change.
Let me get him there. So you have the equalizer in line with your microphone?
You bet. However, I attempted to adjust it myself using another receiver and headphones, and that didn't work out for me. Frankly, Jim, my hearing is not the best thanks to some talk back in 1968.
Okay, so that's a 5-band EQ, did you say?
Yes, sir. It's from the Ukraine. I don't know whether you're familiar with them or not, but I've heard quite a bit of praise about them.
Yes, sir. Okay, put them all in the flat position. Can you put them all in the flat, plus or minus 0 flat position?
They are all now at 0 dB.
Okay, now come up. What's the top treble frequency that you have? What's the uppermost one to the right?
Okay, to the right is the 3 kilohertz adjustment. Then the next one, of course, is 1.2 kilohertz, and then down to 500 hertz and 250 hertz, and the very bottom is 80 hertz.
Roger. Okay, so your 3 treble EQ, 3.5 or whatever it is, go ahead and take that up plus 6. Roger.
It is currently at plus 6.
Okay, then the next one down for that, take that to flat.
It is.
Okay, go to, let's see, we'll do this backwards. Go to your, no, let's not do that. Go to your bottom end, that low frequency. What frequency is that?
It's marked as 80 hertz.
How many?
80.
80, okay, and what's the one above that, 160?
Negative, it's at 250.
Okay, take that 250 plus 5. Okay, go back up to the top there. You have something in the mid-range like 1 kc or something?
Yes, sir. I have a 1.2 kilohertz.
Okay, 1.2, take it down, minus 4.
Okay, it's possibly negative 4 dB.
Okay, so we probably need to reset your audio. Do you know how to, go to your ALC for a minute.
Comment.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it sounds like his transmit bandwidth is in narrowband to start with. This is Alpha Fox 1 Uniform Sierra. Brian, back to you guys.
Roger, Brian. I think it's an El Cheapo microphone, but and his radio is old. Before they had options, you know, he's probably running, I think he's running like 100 or 300 to 2600, is that right?
I'm not really sure without getting out the manual here, Jim. I have monitoring ALC, and right now my meter is in the ALC range.
Roger. How old is that radio?
40 years old.
How many?
40.
40 years old. Well, okay, so you're down there, you're probably at best 27 or so, so I think we're giving it a run for the money there. I think in this case, though, what we want to do is go back and reset our ALC level, because when you do an extensive EQing, then you need to go back and double check your EQ levels. I mean your ALC level. So let's go to your ALC, which is the meter right below the power meter or thereabouts, and we're looking for a sweet spot of 2/3 or 7, whichever comes first. And what I mean by that is, as you say the word audio, don't stress it, just say it like you would say any other word, but it's not the whole word, you just need the part, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 2/3 or 7, whichever comes first.
Okay, quick question here. I have mic in and mic and out on the equalizer box, along with compression, which is down the minimum right now. Do you want me to adjust that ALC range up using the control on the radio or the one on the box?
Just leave it right now like it is, and because it was, you were full volume before we started EQing, so just go to your ALC now and set your level. Sweet spot is 2/3 or 7, whichever comes first. As you say the word on and adjust your mic gain.
There we go.
Okay, so tell me about your antenna system.
Okay, we got a 40-meter Wyndham up at about 25 feet, and it's being fed with El Cheapo 300-ohm twin lead.
Okay, you got some distortion in there, so let's do this. Let's go back to flat on that outboard equalizer. I think we've got the right idea here. I think you really probably need another microphone. A nice new desktop microphone is what I'm really thinking you need, but I'm going to try to get you going with what you got there. But I think you'd be much more happier with a new desk mic.
Sir, do you have a hand mic with it?
Okay, you want me to zero out all the equalization?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And do you have the hand mic that comes with that?
No, there was never any microphone supplied with this radio, nor was there any microphone supplied with the equalizer unit.
Okay, I have one other question. What is the level of your microphone volume? What volume is your mic attenuator in the radio?
Right now it's at a 7 out of 10.
Okay, that's good. That's not too hot. Sometimes folks get carried away and get very hot signals coming into their mic inputs, like a 1 or 2, and that's just kind of dividing, asking for a problem there. Ideally, you want to be like, 4, 5, 6, 7, somewhere in the middle area of your volume, mic volume, which indicates that the incoming signal is in the range that you're looking for, not very even close to overloading the front end of your radio mic preamp. I don't know, you might try. We should recommend a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Let's see what that does.
Okay, compression's in about 30%.
No, just go ahead and get rid of your compressor. It sounds really bad.
Okay, this is K9ZS.
Okay, so let's just do an experiment. Let's do you have an output control on your output board equipment?
Yes, on the equalizer box there is output, input and output. It says mic input, and then there's one for out.
Okay, and what level is the output of that device?
I'd say probably around
Stay on mic. I need to hear you, Roger.
I say it's about 40%.
Okay, turn it down to what level is it? Like noontime or 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? Is it a round control knob?
Yes, it is, and it's right at about 12 o'clock.
Okay, so that should be nominal. And what's your input level?
It is at minimum all the way down.
Okay, so that may indicate that you're overloading the front end. Back off that mic about, just out of curiosity, back off about a foot. Still look at it, concentrate to talking to it, but put yourself about a foot away from the mic, Roger. Okay, so now turn your input level up on your external device. Turn the input level up on your external device. Continue to work the microphone about a foot away. Okay, continue to bring the mic level up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20.
That's a defective microphone to me.
It sounds like RF getting into your device there. It's the feedback distortion correlates with your input level to your device. So probably you would need to turn down from where you are to where you were, I guess, and we'll just do it on the output. That seemed to be about the cleanest, Roger. Yeah, but work at about 2 inches further back than where you are.
Okay, now do you want me to turn down the input level? Did I understand you?
Yeah, you've got distortion though. You still have RF distortion in your audio. And it's just, I would suggest a new mic.
Yeah, it's a microphone problem. It's definitely the bad D104 element. You got a mismatch somewhere because I'm looking at the scope. I don't see any grounding issues. I see a microphone issue.
Yeah, he's not running the element for the D104. He's got a cheap dynamic. I guess a dynamic in there. Do you have an amplifier in your microphone?
Negative, I do not.
Okay, so and this microphone that you put in there is an element, a cheap element. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it was around $3.
Yeah. I would just get go down to your. You could go down to your music store and get one for, almost nothing. Depending, it'd probably be better than where you are right now, Roger.
We'll give that a try. I also could probably find something online.
Yeah, one of those El Cheapo karaoke mics would probably be better than where we are with that system at the moment, Roger.
He needs 1,000 ohm input. Try to find you another D104.
I think I copied one from an old D104.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the preamp in the mic. He does not have the preamp in the mic, so he's going to be running a high impedance D104 element into an input that's low input, and it's probably, I don't know.
Mismatch. Sir, you said the radio was a 520 Kenwood, right?
It is a 530 SC.
Well, same thing, same processor, same finals, same preprocessor, same speech amp. To me, I just don't see how you're going to get a 600 ohm or 250 ohm microphone to sound good on that. If I was you, I'd try to find another microphone that has the preamp built in it. With the D104, it sounds halfway decent.
I would suggest just a mic without a preamp, and let's just do it straight in. I mean, he's got the EQ box, so maybe with the newer mic, we might be able to EQ the radio a little bit with the outboard EQ.
Can we hear the mic without the EQ box, please?
Yeah, I can disconnect here and reconnect.
Please do.
Hey, Lou. Just wanted to say hi. Hi, Jim.
Hello.
Hello, Chuck.
Just wanted to jump in and say hi. I'm in the midst of doing some stuff here, but I heard you on. Wanted to wish you and Jim both a good afternoon. So, carry on, gentlemen.
You as well, sir. N9GTO Friday.
I think that microphone is pretty much going to sound like it did the other way. I mean, it's just it's just a El Tipo diaphragm, I guess.
Yes, it is. I believe it's electric. Starting for voltage.
Does that got voltage on? No. Okay, so does that have voltage on the audio input for that radio?
No, it does not. It's starving for it.
This is K9ZS. Okay, I've got the mic connected directly to the radio now.
Okay, so go to your ALC, and as you say the magic word audio, adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running 7 or 2/3. Roger, Roger.
Roger. There we go. It's about 2/3 there. And of course I'm crowding the mic in order to get that.
Okay, I think now you can come up on that mic. Come up on that mic and set your ALC level when you're working that mic about 2 inches off mic. Roger?
Okie dokie. There is, my mustache is touching the mic in order to move the ALC meter.
Repeat.
I say I'm crowding the mic quite a bit here. I've got my mustache against it in order to move the ALC.
Roger that. Gosh. Well, it's sounding a little bit better, I think, than without the preamp. Roger.
Gosh, I'm sorry to hear that. It cost $100.
I think a microphone would be your best interest.
Yeah, I'll shop around for one. You know, I've been using this old setup here like this for the last 40 years, and I made an awful lot of contacts with it. And it wasn't just till recently that people complained about the audio.
Yeah, the audio went south on you.
I was just looking here. I found another one of these microphones. Just looking here. I found one of these microphones that I bought.
Put it on there.
Easier said than done. It's wired for a small audio plug, which is completely different. This is a 4-pin setup.
Best thing to do is put you another adapter on there, put transmit and talk through it. There's a transmit button on the front of the radio, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, just put the microphone on there, audio to ground, and see how it sounds. Check back with us, or you can send me an email, and I'd love to help you out. I'm N9GTO.
Okay, dokie. Well, I'm beginning to, like Jim told me almost a month ago when we talked about this, he said I should have got another microphone at that point in time, and I'm really beginning to believe it, so I think I'm going to approach it that way.
Well, you'll be able to hear yourself on the YouTube vlog, so when you go there, you just type in, and Jim will tell you how to get there. You'll be able to hear yourself on YouTube.
Roger. If you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. That's KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. We'll bring this recording up. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,300, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger.
Roger. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much, and I'm going to get into the catalog here or get online, see what I can find in the way of a different, either a different element or a completely different microphone. Thanks again, K9ZS.
Roger. What's the call sign one more time?
Kilowatt 9 Zulu Sierra.
Kilo 90 Sierra.
Yes, Kilowatt 9 Zulu Sierra.
Roger. And what's the name and where you are?
My name is Don, Delta Oscar November, and I'm just a ways north of you. I'm up here just outside of Indianapolis.
And what is that radio that you're running? We went through that before, but what is that radio?
It's Kenwood 530 Sierra Papa.
Roger, Don. So you're going to look around for some new elements to maybe play around there, Roger, or you're going to try to get a microphone, or?
I'm going to look at both options there and see what I can come up with. Hopefully somebody sells an element that'll go in this thing.
Roger. Now, depending on how familiar you are with electronics, if you were to have a little electret microphone element somewhere around there, and you built a little battery bias circuit. Well, I'm only saying this if you're familiar with how to utilize electret condenser microphones. But if you were to build something for electret condenser microphone situation and had that power supply or battery or whatever you chose to use, that would really be a nice microphone for that radio, because those electret condenser microphones do have a rising top end frequency response, as opposed to that microphone you're using, which is obviously having a down influence in the EQ range. Roger?
I've got an old, I don't even know where this came from. I've got an old Turner Plus 3 here that has electronic, it has a board in the base of it. I don't know what that thing does.
I would use that. Try that. That's a pretty good microphone.
Okay, you want me to go through the processor with it, or just directly to the radio?
I would, do you have it there? Will it plug into the radio now?
Yeah, it'll plug into the radio. I'll have to put a battery in it.
Please do.
Okay, stand by. K9ZS.
Oh, I feel that there's going to be a nice surprise coming.
God, I pray and hope so. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, the Bill Orr 21st edition is downloadable from archives.org. If you get in there and sign up to be a member, you can download the whole book for free. And it's got tons of RF articles. It's got everything. This thing has got over 1,144 pages of information about amateur radio, and it's free. On Internet Archives, type in Bill Orr, Robert Orr Radio Handbook 21st edition.
W9, number B.
Go ahead, station.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello, gentlemen. Hey, Jim, how you doing? This is Mike. I was talking to you when your radio went kaput the other day, a couple weeks ago. What was the problem? Did you figure it out? Well, obviously you did. You sound fine now.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. It was somebody that was doing a 6 KC carrier that was intermodulating with my signal. I didn't do repair anything, or just that's the way it was. We just fired it up the next week, just like it was, and just like it is now.
Well, you sound back to the way you always sounded. And the other gentleman that's on the Kenwood, what kind of microphone is he running? Is he on wide transmit bandwidth? It sounds like he's on narrow, or he's got a bad car seat.
Oh, Don, is that who you're talking with? He's got a bad mic. We're trying to get a Turner Plus 3 on there, Roger.
He's on a 40-year-old radio, a 530 Kenwood.
Oh yeah, that's the 530. I'm not familiar with that one. I'm familiar with the 520, but I know the 530 is kind of an older radio.
Yeah, his bandwidth must be around 2.6, somewhere around in there, maybe 2.5.
Sorry, we doubled. This is Don, K9ZS. I'm on the Turner mic now.
It's a little better, but here's the issue. Have you checked the tubes in your audio?
I'm sorry, have I checked the what?
The tubes in your audio section of that radio.
The 12BY7, I haven't done anything with it for a while, but I could.
It needs to be checked because you got the same result, a little bit better, but there's something not adding up here.
Well, let's see if Don can come up on that microphone a little closer. Don, come up there about 2 inches off that mic.
Okay, I'm right on it now. That's driving it clear out of the ALC range.
Yes, sir. Now, do you have a volume control on that Turner Plus 3?
I do. You want it up or down?
Okay, I want you to put your internal mic gain at 5. Internal mic gain at 5, and let me hear you where you are now with that, where you are on with the volume control that you have for your Turner mic.
Okay, if you're talking 5 out of 10, that would be right there like that.
That's the volume on your internal mic gain control, Roger?
Yeah, it's on the mic itself.
No, not on the mic itself. I'm talking about your internal mic gain on your radio, Roger?
Okay, I've got it clear down at about a 3 now because it was banging the meter around, but I can put it up around 5. There's 5 like that.
Okay, now turn your your microphone down. Turn your mic down to about 2.
Okay, mic's down about 2.
Bring it up to 3.
That should be about 3.
And tell me about your antenna system.
Once again, it's a Wyndham, 40-meter Wyndham at about 25 feet, fed by 300 ohm twin lead.
I would run it just like that. And, you know, unless you're going to get another microphone, I would run it just like that.
Okie dokie, and I'll check out that, I've got a tube tester here, so I'll check out that tube before long.
Roger, you're clean. I don't hear any RF in your signal. And let's see if there's something else I was going to mention. So go back now and check your ALC meter for 100% by, saying just the mic gain until the ALC is mid-scale to 2/3. Make sure you're in that pocket, Roger, the sweet spot.
Okie dokie.
Sir?
Looks like it right there.
Sir, I got a comment.
Right ahead.
You could have a leaky capacitor in there doing the same thing, but with 2 different microphones, it's pointing towards the radio because this is what you sound like to me. You sound like you're talking through some kind of a defective problem there. That's what you sound like to me, and it's not a good sound at all. I'd say there's something. I'd want to check all the tubes, and if the radio needs to be recapped, I'd recap the radio, and then GTO. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hi guys. Good deal. Many years ago, I was a licensed radio, had a commercial radio telephone license, and I used to work on the 520s and the 530s. And I'm watching the fellow with the 530 on my scope. I'm running CSS software, so I'm looking at his bandwidth. And what looks like to me, and a lot of good suggestions, by the way, it's a hybrid radio. All the devices that are in the audio stage are transistors. There's only 3 tubes in it. And the audio from the Kenwood 530 is showing me that his carrier oscillator is off frequency a little bit. It needs to shift into frequency, which you'll hear it on receive, but there's a carrier oscillator adjustment that needs to be made. And possibly you're right, this possibly may have some bad capacitors in the microphone audio chain, and that could improve it a little bit. But anyway, that's my 2 cents for me, KB8KC.
All right, well, once again, thanks for the information. I will check out the carrier oscillator. Haven't aligned this radio for quite a while, but I will check it out. And you're right about that 12BY7 in there. It's just the driver for the finals.
Roger, Roger. Well, I think after it's all said and done, if you got a new mic, I'm not, well, gosh, that radio is 40 years old. Maybe better to get a new radio.
That might happen too. I don't know. I'm 78 years old. I don't know whether I'm going to keep this one or get a new one.
I bet you a 7300. You'll be done with it.
Yeah, 7300 will solve the problems.
Okay, well, I thank everyone involved, and I got a lot to consider here. So thanks again. This is K9ZS. Clear and thanks.
Roger. But the way you have it right now is probably the best of all that I've heard. So I would run it just like that. But I would keep that ALC meter out and be looking at that ALC meter, you know, as you're talking to your friends and neighbors around the world. And just remember that that's the Bible for your radio. And you want to try to keep your voice in that sweet spot of 2/3 to 7, whichever comes first. And just you might have to touch up your internal mic gain just a tad, because you're right there now. And I wouldn't want to shift around on the outside levels. We've got that you're into a no distortion situation by being at approximately a 5 on your input level control. So I would do just a little variances on your input level control, Roger, to keep it in that sweet spot of 2/3 to 7, whichever it is. Roger, Don, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. And Lou, N9GTO, my Elmer's with me.
Yes, indeed, I'm here.
And we're moving along here. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.